Alright, what's up everybody? Welcome back to another video. This is a video of installing this trigger. This is a Super Stanchy Customs 3D printed single trigger for the mech frame for my Macdev XDR. You saw me cleaning this one in the last video, but here is the mech frame for it. And if anyone has one of these, they know this isn't the greatest trigger. There's no like adjustments to it at all. No set screws in it, no any type of adjustment. It just works and that's it. So there isn't a whole lot of support for these markers, the Macdev XDR, but like I said in the previous video, I really enjoyed this marker. So I found from Super Stanchy this 3D printed single blade, single trigger with set screws in it. It's kind of hard to see on the camera if it even focuses. So we'll go ahead and be installing that. It does have a bearing to pivot on there. So it's substantially bigger in size, but I don't really care as long as it works. So we'll see. We'll test it out, see how it goes, and let's get into it. So first thing, we'll get the grips off. I've actually never taken the trigger out of this either, so let's be a first today. I'm assuming it's going to be really simple. For screws for the grips, put those aside. Take out the valve here. 2 screws for that. Make sure you do not lose that like weird shaped O-ring, or it'll leak when you put it back together. So I'll just leave the screws in there, and then from here you can see the safety goes through that trigger when it's properly engaged. There we go. So we just got to make sure we keep that still the same. But I think let's see if we can get it on camera, that little set screw is what holds this trigger in. Yeah, so that's the pin. Real simple. And then just pops out the bottom there. So then it actually matches that one pretty well. It's a little the actual trigger part where your finger is just a little wider. But it looks like it has a set screw here as well to stop the travel. So should be simple. We'll slide it back in, and then when you do it, just make sure it is going around the safety pin in there. It's kind of hard. I need better lighting, but around that safety pin in there, and then line the hole with the bearing back up with the pin, trigger pin, and screw it back in. Real simple there. Moves freely. Although seems to get stuck a little on the safety, and that probably won't happen when the valve's in, but we'll see. It looks like there's a little bit of a space. I might have to put like a washer in there, but we'll see how that goes. So then let's go ahead and drop this back in. And I don't have my tank. I'll have to go get one of those, because we'll put this on the XDR right now and give it a whirl. I remember there being a little actually play in there, or resistance, so I don't know, we'll see. Go ahead and pop off the electric frame. There we go. Put that to the side. Same on this one. Pretty sure I said this in the cleaning video. That little O-ring, it's over here. That needs to stay in the marker on the body. It goes in that little slot where it's right next to where it's at. Just make sure that you do not lose that. And then mech frame should just easily go on. Put the frame screws back in. And I need to we'll do the muffler. Crazy, the muffler actually matches the marker. And I need a tank, so be right back. Alright, and we're back with the tank. So let's just see what happens. Hopefully no leaks. And no leaks. But no resistance on the trigger. So I'm assuming the set screw needs to be adjusted. So let's go ahead and do that. not exactly sure. Yeah, that's the size. I think we're getting there. It's getting some feedback from the pin that it pushes against to activate the marker, just like the this guy was. There we go. So we'll do that and just, oops, we'll continue to adjust it as needed. And there we go. So yeah, so that's really simple. So I would definitely adjust this a little more, but let's go ahead and do that. I'm going to turn the air off to do that. And let's see, get a so a little more there, and then I'm actually going to adjust the screw for the stop. It's like, I don't even know if that's going to be long enough to even make a difference. It might just come all the way out. Yeah, that's not even, might have to get a longer set screw because I don't think there's any way that's going to stop against the frame without falling out of the back of the trigger, but let's go ahead and adjust it just to see. Otherwise I'll have to get a longer set screw. We'll do multiple adjustments here. Either way, it's going to be substantially better than stock. I mean, the stock had no adjustments, so it is what it is. So yeah, forward's pretty far too. Awkward silence, right? But yeah, thanks everyone for watching these videos, by the way. I'm just doing them because I like it and it's fun, but it's nice to see people enjoying them or hating them. It really doesn't bother me if you do, if you hate them, but or not dislike them, whatever. But I enjoy filming this stuff. Otherwise I'd be Sitting here in the paintball heaven, in silence. Let's try that. You probably could use more adjustment. I have no clue. I need to really do it with like paint. That's really the ultimate test. I've noticed markers usually shoot different with paint versus just air. So that's that. Still a big pull. The set screw to stop, I think, is gonna be too short, but to make this a little easier, I think if I take the trigger out again to adjust it, can adjust a lot faster. And to me, really, like, I don't need a super short pull. It just needs to function, cycling the marker still. So that's just where I'm trying to get at with it. But we'll go ahead and take this out again. I just want to see like where we're at with it. Shout out to LaCroix. Be cool. Get a video sponsorship. A lifetime supply. I like them. Okay, so that's just gonna butt up against that, and then let's pull it out again and just look. Okay, so yeah, let's just adjust it now. Probably turn this in. Okay, so that's a real short Allen, and betting these are probably all going to be around the same length, because then this one's about to pop out too. I might have a shorter one, or I mean a longer one. In some old parts. Let's look. See all, I don't know if you can see all these. Oh, let's see. I used to have a bunch of set screws. These are regular screws. O-rings. Maybe in here. Make some random O-rings. Like a lot of O-rings, I don't even know what they're for. Used to have a paintball shop, 2004 to 2007. So I have a lot of parts like left over, and I don't know where any of them really go to. But there are no set screws in there. So if anything, I can make it work just the way it is. But then could also still do go to like the hardware store and get some set screws. There we go. To be like longer set screws. Yeah, pretty sure I'm not going to have any. These are all parts for gun markers. These are all spare parts. These are all O-rings. Let's see, all O-rings. I have all these screws, but they're all mostly like frame screws and things like that. Oh, there's a set screw in here. These are probably too big. Maybe not for this one, but the other. Oh yeah, those are way too big. So that's not gonna work. Let's try this. Oh, there's some in here that are, man, I don't know if they're gonna be long enough for the right size, but we can mess around. If not, then I'll probably get some at the hardware store and just make them work. Because this one's probably it's a little longer. Let's see if it'll even fit. If it even screws in. I don't think so. I don't want to mess up the threads, although it looks the same. Maybe going backwards. Feels like it's the same, but it's a little tight. I don't want to cross thread in there and then be assed out on the threads. But for length of set screws, I don't know. Like for that one in the middle, or even this top one. I don't know why they use such little ones. It's way bigger. There's no way that's gonna fit. Yeah, no way. No way. But yeah, not a big deal. This one. Maybe this one. Yeah, that one fits. So that's two. Still don't think they're long enough, but oh, it's probably way too big. But yeah, that looks like about all I have for that. Maybe this one. If I can grab it. Because I think that one's too big. Let's pull out this middle one and see what this looks like. Oh yeah, it's just, they're all the same, I think. Yeah, they're all really short. And I think this one's just too big. Oh yeah, that doesn't even fit this wrench, so I can guarantee this one's gonna be too big. Because the wrench won't even go in there. So yeah, that won't work either. So we'll use the stock one. For that. But I think these others might just work. We'll see. So let's go ahead and put, well, this guy might work though. Yeah, that one works. So let's try these. They're a little longer. I'd like them to be longer than what they are, but we'll go with this and see what happens. And then later I can get a little bit of longer ones at the hardware store. My local True Value, Ace Hardware, they have a ton of like screws, bolts, set screws, all that stuff. So if you have one of those in your area, check it out for parts, screws, whatever. So there we go, got that in. Get the valve back in here. But yeah, I will be at World Cup, so if you are in the Dynasty Champs Club, I will be hanging out around there while also watching their games. And then if you are in, is it hitting the screw? Oh, it is hitting the screw, so it's too high. If you are in the Sacramento area, the weekend after Champs, or the weekend after World Cup, Oh yeah, that's too tight. Then I'll be at the Capital Edge Paintball Park anniversary game. So then maybe I'll see you there. I'm backing out this screw. To get some play in the trigger again. And then I'll adjust it from there. Just want to get it in. I don't know if the valve here is sitting in all the way. Yeah, this is, I might have screwed these in too far. Yeah, there we go. Starting to get some actual trigger pull back. Let's see if that works, because that's a nice pull. Again, my goal is not to have the shortest trigger pull, but to have a decently adjustable one that still cycles the marker correctly without any issues. Sometimes people like the really short pull and they mess with the trigger a lot, and then it becomes so short that the marker will not cycle properly. So just be aware of that. But let's see how this works. If that cycles, I'm going to leave it, because it's a nice short pull, but it's still like you feel the response to it. Oh, too tight probably. Yeah. Now all of a sudden we're in full auto. Let's go ahead and back that out. It's obviously pressing against the pin. There it goes. Ooh. So I can adjust the back screw here a little. So it'll stop. Yeah. I think that'll work good. Not very good on a single trigger. I played a 10-man back in like February, and then the year before that played like a 10-man in June. So, but I think that's worked out well. This screw hits the frame now, so it's leaving a little nick on there, but that's just nature of the beast, I guess. So let's put the grips on, because they yeah, it basically activates as soon as it hits. And then the forward travel probably could be adjusted a little more, or the return, whatever. It was just hitting the valve. I think that's going to be good enough. Almost out of air. Make sure the safety still works. And it does. I think I can do just one more minor adjustment to that one. Yeah. I think that'll work. Again, I'll test it with paint. And then it'll just be a minor adjustment from there. But there we go. We have that installed. So let's throw the grips on real quick. Take this off. My camera battery's gonna die here soon, so I gotta finish this video up for you guys. Make sure to use the short screw for the grip frame up top for the grips, because it will dig into the solenoid or the valve. And then they're both short, but the bottom one's a little longer. It just catches into the grip frame better. And then same on this side. Line it up. The little bit of longer one will go in the bottom. And the short one will go in the top. Alright. Alright, sorry about that, guys. The camera died. It died before I could finish the video, because now technically the video I'm done. But yeah, so I installed the Super Stanchy Customs Macdev XDR single adjustable trigger. It's 3D printed. It's nothing special or anything. It just gives you a little bit of adjustment compared to the stock one. That's the main issue everyone ever had with this one. You know, it would have been real simple. They could have drilled and threaded that hole for set screws to be adjustable. But it is what it is. You know, good for Super Stanchy to come out with that. So there you have it. I'm going to put back on the electric frame, and that's about it. So thanks again, everybody, for watching. I will be at World Cup, hanging around the Dynasty Champions Club tent area, and just all around. And I'll be wearing my Dynasty Champs jerseys. So the camo one, I have the camo and the American flag one. So yeah, if you see someone like that with a camera on their head or anything like that, it's probably me. So thanks for watching, everybody, and I will see you maybe at World Cup, if not at the anniversary game in Sacramento, and if not, in the next video. Thanks again.